So we're continuing lesson 4 now of our step-by-step tutorial, and we've just edited the get primary keys for parent table action and modified this action so that we've specified the name of a list control that we'd like to use as a custom navigator. So now let's go to working preview. So click on the working preview tab, and now we can see that the data for the first record, Maria Anders, is displayed, but currently there's no row in the list control that's actually shown as highlighted, which we'll go back and fix next. But now notice when we click on a row in the list that the corresponding form fields are filled in with data from that customer. So if I were to scroll down in the list to a particular customer, let's go here to Simon Crowther, you can see that gets filled in automatically, and correspondingly, if I tap on the record navigation buttons, not only does the record fill in here automatically, but the list itself is also automatically updated to reflect the customer that currently has focus. So let's go back to design mode now and then back into working preview. And when the UX component is first opened, you can see that we're displaying the data from the first customer, but we're not showing that row as being highlighted. So in order to fix that problem, let's go back to design mode and go back to controls. So click on the controls item in the list box on the left hand side, and then let's open up the list properties for list number 1. So click on the smart field and the list builder opens up. We want to go to list properties, and the property that we would like to change here is this property that says allow null selection. So currently this is set to true, which means that the list is allowed to have no item selected. But in actual fact, when the list is opened, the first record in the customer table is displayed, and so therefore we would like to actually have the list select the first item as well, or at least show the first item as being selected. So I'm going to go here and turn that property off, and then go ahead now and click OK. And then you can see now that when we open up the list, the UX component initially, that the first row in the list is shown as selected. So what we've shown so far in this lesson is how the list control can be used as a record navigator in place of the record navigation buttons. Now, when we went to the server-side event and we edited the execute server-side action, and we selected list 1 as the custom record navigator, we were taking advantage of the fact that when we set the list up, we had specified explicitly that the list was set to return the primary key value. So that's very important. So what I'd like to do next is just go back to the list control and show where that property was set. So let's go back now to controls, click on the list control in the builder, and again click on list properties, and you'll see here that on the data source tab in the list builder, if we scroll down, we can see that the return value for the list has been set to primary key. As you recall, in lesson 1 we were very explicit about making this list return the primary key, so we set it here to primary key, and we then specified that the primary key for the customer table was this customer ID field. So this has allowed us to use this particular list as a record navigator. Had we not set this to primary key, then when we try to use this list as the record navigator, we would have gotten a warning message. So at this point now we have the list all set up, and we now no longer need to use the record navigation buttons to navigate. So we're going to remove those buttons from the component. So let's pause now and pick this up in the next video.